This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
To talk about the story of Armando Salguero and Barry Jackson in the Herald that they fired OShea. Now, the word is that they fired OShea because he wasn't a great teacher and the offense that he was teaching was too complicated. And what the guys wrote about, this was an offense and he was using stuff that Brady was comfortable with in a system that he's been in, 15, 20 years. And so for Brady, it's a lot easier to make a transition. And last year, it was harder for a lot of the players because apparently it wasn't just one player, but several players complained that OShea was not teaching it properly, so it wasn't translating on the field, which, by the way, that's going to hurt your receivers, maybe Josh Rosen, maybe your offensive lineman. It's going to hurt everybody here, your tight end, everybody. And I told you guys this when they fired OShea, and you can go back to the podcast. The beauty is everything I tell you, it's all documented. It's on the podcast. You can go back, and what I'm telling you is there. And I told you then what I'll tell you now. Ryan Fitzpatrick bailed that guy out a whole bunch of times last year. Like he bailed the team out and the offense because there were things that he did that were not scripted at all. It was things that Fitz had to do because stuff broke down. And so he had to find another receiver that wasn't part of the pattern. He had to run the ball. Whatever he had to do, he did, and he sold out completely. And that's one of the reasons why I think we've all, grown to like this guy. We know what he is. I haven't heard a Dolphin say, hey, Fitz is really a Pro Bowler. Everybody loves Fitz because he sold out for you. I know he was selling out for his team, but you as the fan feel like that guy sold out for our team last year, man. That guy did anything and everything we needed to win any kind of a game. And how do you not respect that? But OShea, I think was that, and this is what you learn, right? And this is what Flores has to learn as a head coach. And he did a lot of really good things last year, right? But this was one where he probably felt he made the wrong decision. But you don't know how somebody's going to be in a new role until they're in that new role. And so as a position coach, he did a good job. But then when he had to address an entire unit, and then each responsibility is different because you're no longer just coaching the receivers. The offensive line, you got to coach everybody up to be on the same page. And maybe you're not suited for that yet. Maybe you're not ready for that. And apparently, Coach Flores felt he wasn't prepared for that. And he made the change. The part I don't understand with some people out there is how they get married to OShea right away after one season. And the guy that brought him in and the guy that's coached up the team, and then people are wondering, well, what the hell is Flores doing bringing in Changeli, this older guy? And again, I think these are lazy takes that fans take from lazy writers. Because if you sit back and analyze really what's going on, Changeli has 5,000 more years of experience than OShea does as an offensive coordinator. Changeli has coached up all kinds of offenses in the NFL. Not one offense that he coached everywhere. No. He coached everywhere. And good job by Barry and Armando that in the article they pointed out he hasn't coached a lot of great quarterbacks. And one of the few good ones that he coached was Troy Aikman, and Troy Aikman was part of what? A running offense. So of course he wasn't going to put up incredible numbers because that's not what that offense was about on the passing side. They were more about running the ball. It just, you have to look at things for what they are. And you get a better teacher, a much more experienced teacher, a guy that already knows your starter right away. So now he and the starter can work on teaching the young guys. Because the starter wants to teach the young guys. He wants to show them everything. He wants them to ask questions. He knows what he's there for. He's going to play his ass off because he's a pro. Because that's what pros are supposed to do. You're supposed to try your best. He's not supposed to come in and say, well, I'm just a bridge guy. I'll fill in the spot until the kid wants it. No, you're supposed to say, I'm coming here to help that young man get better, but I'm going to play my ass off. He's going to have to. Remember how when if you don't have a brother, I don't have a big brother. But you always hear the stories of how the big brother's hard on the little brother, just like maybe father and son. And why is the father being tough on the son, and why is the big brother being tough on the little brother? Because he wants to toughen them up. And he doesn't want to give them games. When I play with my daughter games, I don't let her win. Whatever it is, dude, we're playing air hockey or we're playing pinball, or I try to beat her every single time. When she's 5 or 6, yeah, you let them win. But when they get up to a certain age, you don't let them win anymore. You make them beat you. Because then when they do beat you, they feel great about it. Eventually, the kids know when you're letting them win. And that you get nowhere like that. So Fitz is coming in and say, hey, I'm going to ball. I'm going to play my game. But I'm here to teach these guys. I'm here to bring them along. He knows exactly what he has to do. It's beautiful synergy. It's a great job by Greer and Flores to understand what's going on and correct the issue. That's their job as coaches. Okay, let's figure out this Gesicki guy. All right, Ryan, let's help me out here. Ryan helps you out in developing him. All right, hey, Devontae, what's going on in the past? Hey, let's reconstruct that confidence. Let's get that play up. Fitz, the coaching staff, they reconstruct Devontae Parker. Hey, Eric Rowe, we got to figure out, you're not very good at covering corners. Let's put you at tight end. Let's try, you excel at tight ends. Here's a new contract. That's what coaching and front office work is all about. What are the issues? How do we address them? How do we put players in better positions to win? What coaches do we need to get rid of because we need to get better here? If we have a better teacher here and a better communicator, we will get more out of our players. And let me tell you something. Just in case you want to go to this lazy thing about, maybe OShea was teaching a bunch of dumb players. No, that's not the case. You know why I tell you that? Did you see the defense? They tried all kinds of funky stuff last year. They weren't base all the time or anything like that. They changed up the coverages, the looks. They were doing all kinds of stuff. My favorite one is still the one where they're all standing around hanging out like talking to each other. Hey, what's up? Snap. Boom. We're all gone. And everybody scrambles and they go to where they're supposed to go. So there were times where it was kind of complicated on defense, and they made their mistakes, and they were also successful. That's what young teams do. But they were learning. So what that tells me is that they had better teachers on the defensive side of the ball than the offensive side of the ball. And that's what now Flores and Greer did. Okay, let's get us a better teacher on offense. Okay, I covered Changeli when he was here. I thought Changeli did a really good job overall. Considering the talent he had, I thought he did a really good job overall. I think Changeli's a really good coach. I really do. Sometimes there are coaches that they have proven, I tell you this all the time. It comes up all the time. Why do you think everybody keeps hiring Changeli? Why do you think they kept keeping around Chris Greer? Why do you think Wade Phillips gets hired all the time as a defensive coordinator for freaking 40 years? You know what I mean? There's a reason why they keep getting jobs, because they know what the hell they're doing. And I think Chan has not been in a position with a great offense where he can actually get that season that he would really like, or 2 or 3 as an offensive coordinator. And I don't know if it's going to happen here. But I'm just saying, I think he's a good coach. He just hasn't had that stage that he needs in order to really shine. That's all. But I think he's done a really good job in a lot of places because he's been in a lot of, not easy situations. So to me, the OShea story, I thought those two guys did a nice job of talking about it and reporting the backside of it. But I'm not surprised. I'm definitely not surprised. And I'm happy and I've been happy from the get-go. I told you that Changeli's here.